Greetings, family. It's Empress D on my walk. I hope everybody is well. I really do. But today I have a heavy topic, family, a heavy topic. And I know that people don't like to speak about uncomfortable things, but it's important to do so, family. And I think that it is our lack and reluctance to face uncomfortable truths that get us in very precarious situations, family. What I want to speak about is where humanity is going. And I'm certain a lot of people have no idea about this and will likely not have any idea until it's too late, or perhaps gladly accept what's coming, despite the fact that it means a whole new change that I don't know, had they known in advance, they would want to have accepted. Let me stop being cryptic and discuss and describe and elaborate on what I'm talking about. Is the emergence of the humanoid, or the blending of the human being with machine. I'm not sure if people realize, but that's where those that run this paradigm are heading. It's transhumanism, family. It's blending the current Homo sapien with machine. Now, there are several individuals out there that are high-risk players in this thing. And I'm going to name a few of them that I know off the top of my head. There's a man named Yuval Harari out of Israel who is really behind this transhumanism agenda. There's also an individual by the name of Sam Altman that is, I believe he is one of the founders or the owners of ChatGPT, who will gladly blend human with machine. We know of Elon Musk, of course, with his whole Neuralink venture. And there are so many others, family. We can't forget about the Palantir guy, Ellison or something like that. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But these are all major players that are steering us towards this agenda. What is wrong with the way that humans are as we are right now? I think that we are wonderful. We are unique in the sense that we can reason and we have free will. That makes us unique from all other beings on this planet, family. We also possess a capacity for love and empathy that a lot of other beings don't have. And why would we want to mess with that, family? The problem is that people are not aware of what's happening. They're rolling out this agenda step by step, and most of us do not realize and do not notice. What I fear is that there are going to be a lot of human beings that are ill, that have maybe conditions that are not curable. And in order to preserve life, they will gladly merge with machine. I think that's how they're going to get people to get on board with it. I am of the opinion that human beings are made perfectly. Our Creator did not make a mistake in creating us, family. And I see no need in manipulating our human genetics, or manipulating how we show up, family. And so I don't know that people spend a lot of time thinking about this kind of thing. The other piece is that when you look back at it, they've been trying to get us used to the ambiguousness of human beings, not human beings being able to be whatever they want, right? They've rolled out this agenda where humans can identify as being the opposite sex that you were born at, and some humans even identify to be animals, like cats. I've seen a grown man identify as a cat family. And this is the world that we're living in. And this is an agenda that's been playing out over years, family. I know it's hard to face the fact that those that run this paradigm, which, are the representatives of those who run this paradigm, are our governments. And it's very difficult and painful to acknowledge that our governments don't have our best interest in mind and are in fact rolling out the agenda of their overlords, family. It's the same kind of thing where people really struggle with looking at maybe their family of origin and perhaps recognizing that there was some dysfunction in there, and recognizing that perhaps our parents might have not reared us in a way that was optimal for our well-being, especially mentally, right? It's very hard to reconcile and identify those facts, but necessary, family. The way I see the world right now is very dismal for those of us that value freedom, that value the immaculate design of the human body and the human being, and for those of us that see what's coming, family. I really plead that people take the time to research some of the names that I said on this video and try to be aware of what's coming, so that perhaps you'll have an opportunity to choose one way or the other and not automatically being forced into doing something that you might not have wanted to do. And when I say that sentence, it just brings me back to 2021, the fall of 2021, up to the spring of 2022, when many were forced to do something that they didn't want to do. The thing about it is, family, is we are given a choice. We always are. Sometimes that choice is not easy. And sometimes choosing might bring discomfort and might bring conditions that are not optimal. But we have to remember we always have a choice. God gave us the ability to choose. And in fact, these entities that run this paradigm and this planet, they know that we have a choice. But they're so masterful in creating fear, doubt, guilt, and all kinds of other emotions that often override our remembrance that we do ultimately have a choice, right? Family, this isn't a very upbeat message. It's a message of stark reality of where we are heading on this planet. I, for one, I've been born. Sorry, the bugs are coming. It's starting to get dark. I have to start walking. I was born with the inability to be controlled. And this isn't something new. When I look back in my life, I've always been one to not be controlled. And so I recognize that this is a flesh suit, and my energy will live on forever, even when this flesh suit expires. And so for me, I'm not afraid of death. And therefore, I will die defending my independence, my sovereignty, and my freedom. But again, we all have free will, and not everybody thinks the same way, and I respect that. But I think we might be heading towards the extinction of the Homo sapien if we're not careful, right, family? Anyway, Sorry for the dismal message, but this is reality, okay? And reality is not often pretty, but very important to face, because living in a fantasy doesn't get you anywhere, because ignorance is not bliss, okay? Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message, family. I love and I value each and every one of you. One love.